Coming up on the next episode. Good Saturday afternoon to you all, YouTube. It is 12:32 now in the p.m. I'm back with you after a brief, I'm going to call it a 24-hour bug because that's pretty much what it was. I don't know what day it was now. It's Thursday night, Friday. I can't remember. Friday, I think. Basically, I ate my my morning noodles and took my medications that I take in the morning, and was sitting there at the computer, and I felt the need to urgently visit the bathroom. You guys have all experienced that, I'm sure. So I took care of that need, and soon thereafter I came back into the living room to sit down and enjoy some more video watching. And I started getting chills. I mean, it came on all of a sudden. Chills. I mean, I was shaking. It was so chill. It was chilled so bad. Of course, along with that comes a fever. And so I didn't waste any time. I went in there and took some Tylenol just to kind of as a preemptive strike, because even though it came on suddenly, there's no sense in waiting until the last minute to deal with it. So. After I did that, I sat there most of the day, and I don't know. It was about I was really feeling bad though. I mean, I just didn't feel like doing anything. Didn't feel like eating. Didn't feel like doing anything. And so I don't know what time it was in the afternoon. I think around 4 or 5. I decided I was going to lay down and went to bed, and I stayed in bed probably another couple hours. And got back up and tried to stay up a little longer until my normal bedtime. And I ended up taking a couple more Tylenol before I went to bed. I slept, I won't say I slept good, but I slept. And I got plenty of rest. I went to bed at 9. I went to bed at 10 and didn't get up till 9 the next morning. So that was Friday morning, I'm pretty sure. And so I felt pretty good. Friday, not good enough to come in here and work on this stuff, but pretty good. And so I decided I was just gonna wait it out and just get some rest and not do anything. So this morning I did the same thing last night. I managed to stay up all day yesterday, and it was about 10 o'clock that I took a couple Tylenol along with my evening meds. I took a couple Tylenol and went to bed. And I won't say I slept again great, but I did get rest. I woke up at, I don't know, it was 8 o'clock, I think. So I felt like $1 million this morning. So, again, like I say, that was just a 24-hour bug, but it was a devastating bug, and I thought, boy, I haven't had nothing like this for a while. So, anywho, that's that.
I'm back, baby!
And that's a good thing. I have, as you can see, this is how good I felt. I tore apart the MFP. There were a couple of issues, and I think you guys knew about the one because I'd mentioned that. And there's the, I'll flash that up. There's the I designed to deal with that, and that's part of the reason I tore it apart. I wanted to get all this stuff right. I had some issues, and I want to show you what they are. With the frequency counter, and I think you can see it there. Get my pointy stick. There where I've got that little line drawn around there, that's where the output is for the frequency counter, and that's right up against that metal thing for the Variac mounting. And I've got to have most of that there, so I can take my Dremel and cut out around that, I think, and still have plenty of integrity there for the framework. And once I do that, it's not touching, but yet it's just so close that I feel like I need to address that and get that fixed up before going any further. There's no sense to me in trying to get all this cobbled together and just have to take it apart again to fix something later on. So that's why I'm doing this. And to that, also the same end, you will notice if we look at this end here, the fuse holder is down here now on the end. And the reason for that is because, alright, I managed to find it. It is here. Now you can see that's a little different than the other one. I ended up having to put these rocker switches in sideways like that. And they fit in there really nice that way. And this also leaves room for the 2 jacks on front. But that did not leave any room for the fuse holder. And it was just a matter of moving it onto the side there. And if I can take my camera and move it around a little bit here like this, I think you can see it. It will still connect the same there. That will go to the switch. This wire connects to the variac, which is already connected. And like I said, that will work out just fine. And in fact, I think I like it better there. It gives me more room on the front. I like that. And that's what I've got to do on that. So I think what I'm going to do this time, in an effort to make this a little bit better, after I get this notched out here like I need it to be notched out, I'm going to go ahead and finish the wiring on this DC panel, front panel, and get that all in, because I've got enough wire here to do all that without putting everything back together. And I think that's the best way to go. I want to make sure all that stuff's out of the way here. Get you a front view of this or top view of this. This is where that fuse plugs in at onto the variac, and that's fine. But I just want to get as much of this as wired up as I can, and that way I don't have to. I don't think I'll have as many problems. Of course, you know when you do this the first time, you think, well, that's not a very good picture. When you do this first time, you think, well, you know, this is the best way of doing it. Well, you do that, and it's kind of like trial and error. You know, okay, that wasn't the greatest. So you learn, live and learn, and that's what I've done. And so, like I say, I'm making changes based on my learning. Excuse me. And so that's what I'm doing on that. Now, next thing is the, again, you guys may recall that the frequency counter didn't even light up when I turned the power on. And the power connector for it is right here. And everything seems to be connected just fine. And the only thing I could find was a problem with this switch, and that's when it was still involved. I think the connection here may not be good. It looks like it's good and soldered, but at the same time, it doesn't seem to be functioning. So I'm going to check that out and get that fixed, and that end's probably going to be fine. I don't think there'll be any necessary changes for that. Because I think it will work once that's fixed, and get the other problem fixed on the other. Now there was another problem. The frequency counter was not going to work no matter what I did, because you can see right there, there's nothing connected to the output, or input actually. Input of that wire, and that goes correct, because that goes to the ring around the BNC, which is the ground, and this is supposed to go to the center pin, and I don't know if I did not solder that in, or it came off when I was taking this apart, or what, but that needs to be addressed as well, and it will be, and so we'll get that done. But just want to make sure all this stuff is right before I go on, and so I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll go ahead and cut this all out and bring you back and show you what I did. I am back once more. As you can see, I have the frequency counter working. It was my inattention to detail is the problem, or was the problem, I should say. What happened is this. Let me show you these. These are backwards from what I'm used to. When I see a wire with a black stripe on it, I think that's the ground. And that's just the opposite on this one. It's a positive. And so, therefore, I had that wired backwards. Same with the signal. Those are opposite. The red with the solid red wire is ground, and the one with the black stripe is positive. So, That's what the problem was. Nothing wrong with the switch or anything like that. It's just my bad wiring. I'm happy it didn't seem to mess up anything. So we'll go ahead and put it together right, and then put it all back together and see what happens. But that's the update for now. Welcome back, YouTube. It is 5:15 now on this Saturday. Back on this again. I've been on it for a while. I took a little break and ate supper, but other than that, I'm taking my time this time. No phony baloney deadlines, nothing. I'm going to get this right this time so that I can get it back from where it goes and be done with it. I want to be using it. Now, those of you who may be wondering on the scope, the piece that I have for that, the big piece here, will be modified. Not modified. It's not going to be modified at all. I'm going to take the space that's got where the scope's at and make a new plastic piece for that to set the old or the new scope into, and I'll show you that when I get it here, and we'll get it designed and figure out exactly what we're doing with it. But it should work out really good. But like I said, for this, I want to make sure I get all this done correctly this time. I'll make sure all my wires are routed fine over here. There's no problems with anything. Right now I'm doing the new panel for the DC power supply. I've got the negative jack in. I'm going to put the positive jack in, wire the switch up. Actually, all I have to do is put this on there and wire the, I think it may be this, I can't tell which one it is offhand, but there's a wire that comes from the, here it is back here. That's not it, there it is. That's the one that comes up there for that, and hooks into that. That gives the power to the meters, and that's what that's got to be hooked up to. So like I said, once I get this positive jack in and get that tightened up like it is on the negative, I'll be able to wire that and put this on. And I do plan on doing it just that way, and that way I can go ahead and kind of work on this one section at a time. I wanted to do that the first time, but one thing led to another, and before I knew it, I was doing things I didn't really want to do. So we'll have to forgive me for that, I guess. But I tell you the truth, I was just so getting so tired of working on this that it was just, getting to be a pain in the butt. And I wanted to get it done, but I've since reconsidered because I see what I did. My haste caused problems. I did make some changes on this panel here. Let me show you that. You can see the cutouts there for the screws that hold the variac in. I can put that in there now without having to take that out, and that makes a big difference because before I had to take these screws out, which left the variac kind of loose in there, and it didn't want to stay where it was at, so that was not good. So that was excellent. I've got my LA Oldies going here, and on the, you can hear it playing, I think. So that's that, and then I just been kind of grooving to the music and feeling good about it. Again, no hurry. I'm going to take my time and do this right. So I think that's a good start for today, and I'm going to go ahead and work on this some more. I told Bob I was eating early, so I come back in and work on it. I feel like, when you feel like working on something, that's the time to work on it. Because if you don't feel like working on it, well, it's not a good time. You don't enjoy it, and number one, that's the main thing. And you do make mistakes when you don't enjoy it. It's just, or I do anyway. And so I try to do things as I feel like doing them. And you know what I'm saying? It's just when I enjoy working on stuff, that's when I want to work on it. Really pleased with the way the fuse turned out. I'm glad I went the extra step, taking that all apart and getting that in there good and tight. And I'm happy with that. I still have to get a 1 amp fuse for that, but other than that, that's still a pretty good deal. I like that a lot. So, All right, I'm gonna get off here and get back to work. I actually, usually I enjoy making the videos better than I do the actual work, but this one I'm really enjoying doing this. So I'm glad the new panels turned out so good. I'm really happy about that, and I'm hoping to get to use this thing some, and it'll be really good time, I think. Back once more, YouTube. It is 6 o'clock, straight up, straight down, whatever. Pleasant good evening to you all. I am back once more. I have this all wired up here. As you can see, I only have 3 screws in it, but that's fine. Everything is wired completely, and I just wanted to run a test real quick. I have it plugged in. I have the, this is going to be, well, actually it is right now, it's live. Basically, I want to make sure everything's working as it is. So, I don't want to touch that, obviously. But I can turn it on and see if the meters come on and it goes up and down and things like that. And if it does that, then I'm going to say that's good, because that's good. So let's try it out. As you can see, everything comes up as it should. And let's see if we go up. 72 volts. There's fine. No amperage draw because I don't have anything plugged into the outputs. By the way, these are I got to make some kind of mental note or something that these are hot when it's on, because those are exposed, and I put that type in because I wanted a more compact thing. So I'll just have to remember to either leave something plugged in, or even if I leave something plugged in, the other end would be hot. So, like I said, that's going to have 72 volts on it right now. So, like I say, that's something I got to remember, but at least it does work. Goes up and down as it should. And I have the wires routed around the wiper of the Variac so it doesn't get caught up. And everything is hunky-dory. So that is good. And I'm going to proceed again slowly. I'm not going to work too much longer on this because I don't want to get overtired like I did before. So that may have been part of my cause for the 24-hour bug. You know, you get your resistance down a little bit, and you're more susceptible to stuff like that. So that could be it. So all right, I'm going to end this here for sure this time. And we're going to make a video out of it. Again, like I say, it'll probably be posted Monday. And so that will be that. Let me turn this off. And there you go. That works really good. You know what? One of my, I was just looking at that. One of my fears now is if this is not down all the way, if I go over and touch that, I could get a shock. So I'm going to have to really be careful about that, I think. There's no chance now it's only 2 volts, but so it's just like I say, I might try to find something to leave plugged in there, some type of a load, or even some dummy caps. I could make some dummy caps for it. That may be what I'll do, and that way it'll be isolated and won't have to be messed with it. So I may try to do that, and we'll go from there. So I can do that on the 3D printer. I can make a dummy plug like this out of plastic. Whoops. And just something plug in there with a cover on it. You won't be able to touch it that way. That's the thing to do. All right. I'm glad I figured it out. You guys have a pleasant evening. Thanks for watching, and we will see ya.